Hello everyone. Today we will be taking deeper insight into the topic planning your presentation. You may be thinking, what is there to plan? If you are a good presenter, you should present everything immediately or in a very natural way. But still, if you are presenting yourself without planning, it is just like you are thinking of preparing grams without soaking them overnight. Or you have not filled petrol in your bike and still you want to ride it. So the significance of planning your presentation can be well reflected through this picture, where you may see the person is stepping towards the successful pedestal, one after the other through planning. So if you have planned, you may achieve the target and the objectives of your presentation. You can build good relation with your audience because you are well aware of the interests of the requirements of your audience, and accordingly you can plan your presentation. Your presentation may be very good, but still whatever you have planned that is of no use for your audience, then your planning, without planning your presentation is of no use. The step number 1 is analyze your audience. This is the step number 1 of planning your presentation. So first of all, you should know about the requirement of your audience, for what purpose the audience will listen to your or will watch to your presentation. So know about it, that whom you are going to speak, and whatever you want to say, will that be of any value or interest for the audience. After knowing the background, the mental status, the working area, the values of your audience, you can plan your presentation in a better way. Your audience might expect from you that you may present this in your presentation today. So you can assume that what can be the expectation of your audience, and according to that you need to fulfill the expectation of your audience. Then only your presentation is a successful one. In this step number 2, you have to select a topic. Now you may be thinking the topic should be of my own interest. I should love the topic, but rather than thinking of your own interest and your own love towards the topic, you should always go for a topic which your audience cares about. If your audience is not at all interested in a topic which you may be loving, then it will be of no worth for your audience. So you have to mingle here all the 3 things, and then you will see that you have to choose a topic here. So the second step after analyzing your audience is to select a topic that is of interest for your audience. It should be an easier topic as well. They should enjoy whatever you are delivering, rather than only just reading whatever is available with you related to that topic. After that, the third step is define the objective of the presentation. So what is your object? First, you can see here in this picture, if you have not decided your object is this, you may not be targeting that. If your object is here, you will target here. If your object is here, you will target here. So first of all, you need to decide your object which you are targeting. According to that, you need to plan and move forward. So once if you have selected a topic, then you need to write the objective for that particular topic. And even sometimes you can think of preparing a single concise statement for your topic, which can elaborate the whole idea behind your topic. The objective needs to specify exactly what you want to say, what you want to present, what you want to elaborate, what you want to bring forth in your presentation. So what you have to do is you have to see the level of the content according to the requirements, according to the mental status, according to the educational level of your audience. And the most important is the amount of time you have received. Accordingly, you need to plan your presentation. After that, the background knowledge of the audience, again and again I am repeating, is very much important. If you are unaware of the knowledge and the requirement interest of the audience, you may fail in your presentation in spite of preparation, in spite of having various good things in your presentation. So first and the foremost thing is just know your audience, what sort of audience is coming in front of you. Accordingly, you just plan so that it may fulfill the requirement of your audience. So after researching, you will find that now you are ready to develop the presentation. You need to keep the above mentioned topics carefully in your brain at the time of delivery. So cautiously, you need to plan, you need to train your brain. What are you going to say? You have already planned it. And later, during your delivery, now your brain is working as per your planning cautiously, and whatever you have planned, it is delivering. There are various methods for delivering as well, for preparation and presentation as well. We will be discussing them in the upcoming slides. Now, what does the slide number 4 says? Prepare the body of the presentation. So there are various sort of preparations that you need to do, you need to be equipped with before you are thinking of presenting yourself in front of the audience. Because nobody is going to listen to you because you are saying something. What you are saying, in what way you are saying, in what sense you are saying, how much important, how much significant, how much relevant it is to your audience. Only then your presentation is of any worth to your audience. Now, first of all, you need to concentrate on the amount of information you can deliver, because for each and every one, you cannot deliver the same thing. Suppose if you are teaching the class 1 student and you are teaching the class 10 student, there may be a difference in your teaching, in the amount of information can also be, it will be segregated. You will definitely decide that class 1 student may not understand these things because he doesn't have the previous knowledge of that particular thing. So that information will not be of any benefit if you are delivering it. So according to that only you will decide what is beneficial for the class 10th student, what is beneficial for someone else whose requirement is something different. So according to the requirement of your audience, you need to decide and prepare your presentation. The body of the presentation is where your ideas are very convincing and they illustrate, they put examples in these ways that I have explained here in this slide. You can see even I have highlighted some points in red. So first of all, you should have some data, some facts that can create reliability of your audience. whatever you are saying, that is reliable. They may believe on you. First of all, you should gain the trust of your audience. Whatever you are presenting, that has some proof, that has some data, some facts, and even you can quote some lines from the expert. I may say that preparation is the key to success. As you have heard this quotation since your birth, you may rely upon me. But if I am taking another quotation, very good quotation, elaborated quotation, then I need to specify that, okay, Dr. Abdul Kalam has said these lines. So you may immediately develop faith towards that quotation because some renowned, some successful person has said that, rather than only believing on my words. So whenever you are quoting, you can take some references from the words of some experts of their own fields. After that, relate some personal experiences. So here I can say that once when I handled international webinar, at that time I did not take an opportunity of speaking by my memory. Rather than I planned my presentation, and sometime I read some quotes. I even read from text, and I gave some elaborations according to the situation and the amount of time I received there. But still, whatever I have prepared, whatever I have written, I was very much determined that I'll stick to that only, because the time will restrict me to that. So that is these type of personal experiences. If you share, you'll definitely find that people will find your presentation lively, and they will feel more like, they'll feel like connected to you, because they may also recall their own past experience, and they will feel, they will justify it, and then after that only they will accept whatever you have said. Now, along with that, you can provide some vivid descriptions as well. Vivid descriptions means some varied descriptions, different types of descriptions everyone wants to listen. If you are communicating, the very first requirement is that you should never repeat anything. Because whosoever is listening to you, they will definitely get bored if you are repeating the examples, elaborations, illustrations again and again. The same things, if you are repeating, nobody is going to listen to you with the same interest that they may have started in the beginning. So today we have studied about the significance, the planning of presentation, knowing the audience, some steps of planning the presentation. Now in the upcoming video, we will be continuing the topic and knowing some more steps which will help you out in planning your presentation.